disruptive.
America that I fought.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. Since we just discussed about mass surveillance and how they're basically removing the Fourth Amendment, which allows them to search your house warrantly, to access personal data, to basically vilify people who have access to Wi-Fi and telephone services and cable services, anything that is connection with personal data, to basically turn themselves into spies, and how we're being blackmailed and deceived, to harvest personal data to the worst of the intelligence agencies to blackmail, manipulate us for the safety of the country. I thought I'd show this article as an example of the direction of where that goes. So, a class action lawsuit filed against Target for unauthorized collection of biometric data. Target illegally collected and stored customers' biometric data, including face and fingerprint scans. Target! Isn't that something? God, what an age we live in. So, this goes on. This goes on by saying, retail giant Target illegally collected and stored customers' biometric data, including face and fingerprint scans, according to an Illinois woman who filed a class action lawsuit against the Minnesota-based company on behalf of herself and other customers. Arnetta Dean alleges Target violated Illinois' Biometric Information Privacy Act by collecting customers' data without obtaining written consent or sharing data retention and destruction policies. The lawsuit, filed on March 11th in the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, also claims the company did not provide the necessary disclosures or allow customers to opt out of the data collection practices. Plaintiff seeks statutory damages of $5,000 for each intentional or reckless violation of the law and $1,000 for each violation found to be negligent. They also seek to recoup attorney's fees and other litigation expenses. The lawsuit also seeks injunction relief to prevent Target from further violations of the biometric privacy rights of Illinois residents. A hearing in the case is scheduled for July 10th. So, then it goes on to this. It says, Dean, an Illinois resident, filed the lawsuit after alleging having her biometric data collected without consent during visits to the retailer stores. According to NBC Chicago, Target allegedly employs advanced facial recognition technology in its stores to prevent theft. The suit cites a Target Investigation Center leader who said, "We are using state-of-the-art equipment to gather as much intelligence as possible, reduce business risks, and take down criminals." Again, just like how they said the Patriot Act was to stop terrorists, as they're creating more terrorists and deeming ordinary citizens as terrorists. It's all just fabricated. This is all just a wall that's going to open up the floodgates to allow everyone to be exposed. Everyone has a target on their back. There is no such thing as innocence. They want to collect as much information from everyone as possible to blackmail, manipulate, and scapegoat the entire country. The lawsuit alleges Target operates one of the largest and most advanced networks of cameras and has developed an advanced system of electronic surveillance that includes 14 investigation centers and 2 forensic labs at a retail store. And we can't even get, proper paperwork at the border. Man. A former Target manager wrote in a thread on Quora that Target takes photos every time customers step on and off the property, builds a database of them wandering through the store, and uses incredibly advanced behavior analysis and facial recognition software to detect potential shoplifters, according to the lawsuit. According to another post, Target has an actual crime lab that's so good government agencies come to them for help, and are the only retailer that uses DNA and fingerprints to identify and help catch rings of professional shoplifters. Customers who frequent the store but do not make a purchase are going to be suspected of being shoplifters. They will be scrutinized more closely, according to a third Quora post. The lawsuit references an entire TikTok page of videos where customers and former employees discuss Target's surveillance system, which is, of course, why TikTok had to be banned, because that's just China propaganda, right? Damn it, China! How dare you let Target have a mass surveillance system? Passed in 2008, Illinois BIPA safeguards residents' biometric data such as facial scans and fingerprints. The act recognizes the unique nature of biometric information, emphasizes that, unlike other personal data like social security numbers, biometric data identifiers cannot be easily changed if compromised. This makes people particularly vulnerable to identity theft and other risks if their biometric data is mishandled. Under BIPA, companies in collecting biometric data in Illinois must follow strict guidelines. First, they must inform individuals in writing that their biometric information is being collected and specify the purpose and duration of its use. Second, they must obtain a written release from the individual before collecting the data. Third, companies must develop and make publicly available a retention schedule and guidelines for permanently destroying the collected biometric data. Violating BIPA can result in the significant penalties for companies, including damages ranging from $1,000 for each negligent violation to $5,000 per individual or reckless violation, liability for attorney's fees and other litigation expenses, precisely the relief of plaintiffs in the current lawsuit and seeking. Wow. So, retail giants are also doing mass surveillance, as we just showed you in the previous video of how they're going to advance and renew mass surveillance on everybody. Because now they're targeting certain corporations and certain companies to hand over customer data without a warrant, which is a violation of the Constitution. But it's okay, because according to the government, in order to protect the country, we have to ignore the Constitution. That's paraphrasing what they said. In order to protect the country and its citizens, we have to drop the Constitution. That's just unbelievably crazy. And this is just a prime example of the Orwellian, nightmarish, oligarchy, systematic banana republic people are living in. That Target, a discount retailer, is able to have high surveillance technology to manipulate its customers. And they're giving that information to the government. Target. And I'm sure that Target is one of those companies that don't offer union wages. I'm sure these are one of the companies that are listed under people that are on food stamps. They don't treat their employees as actual employees, but they're able to have the money to have a biometric laboratory to harvest personal data, biometrics from individuals, to mass surveil on potential shoplifters. And I use that term lightly because they don't even have a specific target. They're just using it as a facade to go after everybody. Just like how the Patriot Act was supposed to stop terrorism, or how advanced NSA surveillance is supposed to spot domestic terrorists. Well, thanks to rulings of, Barack Obama, who removed habeas corpus, anyone can be deemed a terrorist at this point. Anyone can be deemed a criminal. Anyone can be searched and surveilled without a warrant because of the world that we're in right now, because we're controlled by this Orwellian nightmare and how the intelligence agencies have become so corrupted, so overpowering that even the president of the United States has to bow and surrender to the intelligence agencies and not the other way around. That's how evil, corrupted, and nefarious these organizations are. And JFK was the last person to actually speak out against this, the highest figure to speak out against this, and look what happened to him. That's just how sickening this all is. So I guess what I'm saying is be aware, because if it's happening at Target, it can happen anywhere, and they're gonna happen anywhere. They're already pledging that Google, Verizon, Walmart, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, basically any sort of communicative network that has your data already in its system, uh, be collected by the NSA. To again use to suppress you, manipulate you, and surveil you for no good reason.